Lights, camera, action!
You know, a lot of people give Sonic flack for its first 3D outing, and yet, I thought Sonic Adventure was a pretty dang good game. One of the launch titles for the Dreamcast and Sonic's first full-fledged 3D title. You know, I think it holds up rather well. It's not, I mean, it doesn't hold up perfectly, but you know, it's really not that bad. Graphics and cutscenes have aged over time, but I think level layout, music, and overall story was actually pretty decent. Now, most people think of Sonic Adventure as Sonic's first full-fledged 3D game. Now, adventure-wise, sure, it is, but full-fledged 3D game? I don't think so. Sonic 3D Blast for the Sega Genesis is a take on Sonic in 3D, but it's got sprites and all that kind of stuff, and to me it's not a full-fledged 3D Sonic game. It was a step in the right direction, but it wasn't the full-fledged 3D Sonic game most people think of. Now, a lot of people will say, well, Sonic Jam was Sonic's first 3D outing, because you have a little hub, you can run around, do a couple missions, and when you're done with that, you can go to a couple areas where you play the classic Sonic titles, and you get to watch some like fun facts, fun videos, all that kind of such. But that was for Sonic's first 3D movement game, yeah, but it wasn't like a full-fledged 3D Sonic game. What was Sonic's full-fledged 3D Sonic game? In my opinion, that is Sonic R for the Sega Saturn. Now, this is my Japanese copy because I haven't yet to pick up an actual copy of Sonic R North American-wise. But it works perfectly fine on my Sega Saturn that I have. It's backwards compatible. Well, not backwards compatible, but it plays Japanese Saturn games along with regular North American Saturn games, and I believe European as well. I will not be playing the Saturn version today. I'm mostly just holding this up because it gives me something to hold up for a game. But I am going to be playing the Sonic R for PC, I believe, and it's modded, so it's got like widescreen support, a couple other things and whatnot, but to its base, it is the original Sonic R PC port. I think it's like 2004 or something like that. But anyways, we're going to be taking a look at Sonic R today. Is it really that bad? You're presented with 4 menu icons here. We're going to be starting with Grand Prix, and you have 4 selectable characters to choose from: Sonic the Hedgehog, Miles Tails Prower, Knuckles the Echidna, and Amy Rose. Along with 5 unlockable characters, one that we distinctively can tell who it is. And then we're given 4 playable levels, with 1 we can unlock later. And with us starting at Resort Island, the race is about to start. And Collectathon. You have 2 types of items to collect throughout the first 4 courses. You have 5 collectible Sonic coins scattered throughout the level that allow you to race up against a rival at the end of each course, allowing you to unlock the character that you beat in the race. And besides Resort Island having only 1, the next 3 courses have 2 Chaos Emeralds apiece. Now, one of the general complaints about this game is that its controls are really bad, and while not everyone is entirely wrong about that, there are ways of getting better at the game. And as simple as it is, as long as you have a controller, the left and right bumpers on your controller are your best friend, giving you really sharp turns in these crazy Sonic R levels. Trust me, a lot of these courses aren't what I'd call designed the best, but L and R, they're your best friends. If you've successfully in one run collected every single Sonic coin and the Chaos Emerald or Emeralds, you will be presented with a screen that shows you that you got all Chaos Emeralds and you will have unlocked your character of said level. This time we'll be playing as Tails and heading on into Radical City. Radical City is my personal favorite course of Sonic R. Given its song piece, Living in the City is my favorite song in the entire game, and I'm just a big sucker for city nightlife. I'm a simple man. You let me jump off the road to float above a giant render of Sonic from Sonic 3D Blast as I'm surrounded by bright colors and casino themes? Me happy. There are 2 Chaos Emeralds to collect in Radical City, and while not hard to obtain, they can be slightly annoying, given one of them's in a really weird structure of the city, and the other one requires 50 rings to go beyond the door, which isn't too hard to accumulate over time, but I have my tricks to get this one. Sorry game, you left yourself wide open. Now, after collecting all 5 Sonic coins in Radical City, who is our opponent for this? Oh my god, it's the Tails doll! Wait a minute. You're not scary. The internet just exaggerated you. But yeah, in the second course, the Tails doll is your opponent. Now, on a personal level, I remember when I got to unlock the Tails doll years ago, I never thought he was scary, never thought he was terrifying in any regard. I just thought it was a neat concept. I thought, wow, it's a little Tails doll. Simple as that, right? But everybody looked into those beady little eyes and thought there was more. There was more locked behind that brain of his, that red antenna, that whatever it is that's driving him to kill. Moving on, we're going to be selecting Knuckles, the Akindle Fire, and playing Regal Ruin. Regal Ruin is by far not one of the worst levels in the game, but it's a little scattered. Once again, music's pretty good. Level design is pretty neat, actually, given it's a whole pyramid-themed level, kind of giving me Sonic Adventure 2 vibes. The 5 coins in this course are a little tricky. If you're not too careful, you may miss them this go-around. The emerald placement is a little strange. One, you have to go up a staircase after getting about 20 rings, and it just kind of opens up for you. The other one is behind another locked door, and you don't really have to wait for the Millennium Puzzle to open up to obtain this one. As much as I'd like to be optimistic about Sonic R, I will say the turning at Regal Ruin is pretty darn bad. Most of the time you're going to be trying to bounce off the wall the best way you can. You can't necessarily make perfect turns, and even if you do, it slows you down tremendously. So that kind of sucks. For as long as I can remember, if you got at least second place with all 5 Sonic tokens, you could face your rival. But I had no idea after Tails took second place that third place was also an option. Huh. You're telling me I can come in third place after collecting all 5 Sonic coins and still get to race my rival and unlock them? Cool. After defeating Egg Robo, we're officially up 5 Chaos Emeralds and 3 unlocked characters. Now we're going to be playing as Amy Rose and heading on into Reactive Factory. And boy, let me tell ya, Amy Rose does not play good whatsoever. She flat out sucks. You could argue one of the advantages of being Amy is that you could fly over water with her car. That's about all she's good for. She's very slow, she's got a very stiff drive. If you use the acceleration button that she has, it does speed you up quite a bit, but you're stuck in that particular direction. So if you crash into any form of a wall, you are very stuck. I tried collecting all the coins and all the Chaos Emeralds as Amy Rose. I can tell you right now, that didn't go very well. But I basically went back on into the level with Metal Sonic. Sorry, but someone's just gotta do it other than Amy.
Oh no! Hey, let go of me! Help! Wah! Sonic, help me!
After defeating Metal Knuckles, which by the way is a really cool character, I have officially obtained all 7 Chaos Emeralds and practically all of the unlockable characters. Wait, what? I lost the Chaos Emeralds? I mean, sure, I didn't win the race, but did you just freaking throw them out? Your honor won't have it? It's like, wow, you know what? Everyone else was out there racing, and I was collecting a couple Chaos Emeralds, but because I didn't come in first, I don't deserve these. Put them back where they came from. Frick them. You do, in fact, have to come in first place to keep any Chaos Emerald that you collect throughout the duration of the course, so I decided to go back in as Sonic the Hedgehog just to clean things up. He kind of just gets the job done better. He's kind of the best character in the game, and now that that's officially done, we have all 7 Chaos Emeralds, and if anybody's a Sonic fan, you know what 7 Chaos Emeralds mean. Oh yeah, we've unlocked Super Sonic, which doesn't get his own slot, but you have to just press down on the control stick and you get Super Sonic as a selectable choice. And with that, we're heading on into Radiant Emerald, the last course of the game. Now I know what a lot of you are thinking, this is just Rainbow Road from Mario Kart. And it basically is in terms of the concept. However, when you select Super Sonic for any particular race, you will be going up against the unlockable characters. So you'll have like Egg Robo, Tails Doll, Metal Sonic, and Metal Knuckles. Radiant Emerald is my second favorite course in the game, right underneath Radical City, because it is a fairly wide open space, a very long course, just like Rainbow Road. And overall, just very satisfying. Also, you get Supersonic racing throughout the duration of the course if you play as Supersonic, so that's pretty neat. But if you play as any other character, you get a Diamond in the Sky, which is also a nice song. But yeah, in short, if you play Radiant Emerald and you're Supersonic, you don't really have a chance of losing. Oh my god, I can't believe I just did that. Are you kidding me? Alright, went back through the level again, didn't take any scenery routes, and with this wrapped up, that is it for Sonic R. You actually get the credits and everything in a pretty short amount of time. It's really not that long of a game, especially if you know what you're doing. But even if you don't know what you're doing, I'd argue the game would take you anywhere between 2 to 3 hours tops, as long as you're not too bad at the game. The credits are fairly nice to listen to since you get your own song piece. And you get some cool little artwork and models running around at the end as your present. So after you're done with the main part of the game, you can either go into Time Attack or Multiplayer mode. In Time Attack, you can play any of the previous courses and try to beat your best time. I don't really know how far this would take your fancy, but it's kind of neat to try the reverse ones. You're basically just playing the course backwards, which does change it up a little bit, but it's about fun for a couple minutes at best. There's also Get 5 Balloons mode, I guess that's the name of it. And basically you go to any of the courses previously played and you try to find 5 random balloons. Now I'm not 100% positive if these balloons are scattered each time in a different spot, or if they're always in the same spot, but in short, it's basically a game of hide and seek but with balloons. It's fun for a couple minutes, but I wouldn't recommend playing every single one of these courses with balloons. It gets kind of old real fast, but I mean, if it's your thing, that's neat. And if I'm being honest, balloon battles is about as fun as taking your medication. And then there's 4-player tag, where it's you up against 4 other AI characters in a game of traditional tag. For my first duration, 2 of the characters went off in one direction, and then the other 2 went off in the opposite direction. It was fairly fast and easy. You just have to run up to them, touch them, and then go on to the next character. I ran into a situation where Sonic and Knuckles were having a very nice conversation about prostate exams. And by the time I got close to them, Sonic and Knuckles decided to drown themselves. And then there's multiplayer, which I have no one to play with locally, so I more or less just took the joystick that I have and the keyboard and went to town. It's your basic split-screen multiplayer, but it's still pretty fun nonetheless if you have someone to actually play with. It's been a good while since I've played with anyone, but it has happened and it is fun. There's also a fairly decent options menu here where you can change the difficulty of the game and even change the weather, which does have an impact on gameplay. I usually like setting it to snow because if you go to any previous levels that have water, all the water turns into ice and you can actually walk across it all. So it basically makes it much easier to tread across the level than before if any kind of water was in your way. So much for Amy's ability.
Gee, I'm bored.
And it also gives a pretty neat aesthetic to whatever level you are playing. So if you want to go to like Radical City and you want it to be nighttime all the time, then there you go. Also, I forgot to mention this, but you can spin dash in the game. I actually didn't know this till about a year ago, and I'm a little embarrassed to say that. And that's it. That is Sonic R, my friends. And whatever you are. Is it any good? I like it. It's not perfect, but, you know, it's got an R. Though, it does beg the question. Is playing Sonic R on its original format worthwhile? Should you not bother since you've got a PC port with mod support or even a copy of the Sonic Gems collection? You know what? I say yeah, because playing Sonic R on its original system is pretty special in its own right. It's where it started. I don't really know how to explain. I guess it really just boils down to nostalgia, but when you play a game on its original system, there's just something magical about Sonic R is a fun but messy game. 5 out of 10.
So bored.
Before we end off this video, I'd like to take a second to thank those who support me via Patreon. Superstar shoutout to Game and Clyde, Johnny Hedgewolf, Arsendeval99, and Kid X. If anybody else wants to support me, a link will be in the description alongside all my other social media links. Thanks for watching, guys.